Miss Walker, there's a Miss Weston waiting for you in the waiting area. Okay, I'll be right there. Hello, Miss Weston. Hello. Okay, you can follow me back to my office, okay? Okay. So how are you today? Um, I'm okay, I guess. Okay. How are you? I'm fine. I'm great. Thanks for coming in and seeing and talking to me. Okay. Okay. So we already introduced ourselves over the phone when we called and scheduled the appointment. Today we're just going to work on a basic assessment just to find out some general information where we could start. Okay, that's fine. Okay, great. Can I get your first name, please, and your last name? My first name is Ashley Wilson. Okay, great. And what about your date of birth? I was born January 2nd, 1972. Okay. Which makes you how old? 44. Okay, great. Now, the name that you would prefer to be called is that Ashley? Okay, great. So we'll skip that. What about your address, Ashley? 1672 Maple Street, Savannah, Georgia. Would you like the area code as well? Give me 1 second, okay? Okay. And what is your area code? 31404. And this is your mailing address as well, yes. Correct? Okay, great. My permanent mailing address. Let's see. How long have you been living in this address? For about 20 years. Okay. That's a good time. It is. Okay. Yeah, my mom stayed there. Well, actually, we all stayed there. Me and my big siblings. Right. So. Okay, and who's in the house now? My mom and me, of course, and my 3 other children. Okay, so you do have your mom there. Yes. Okay, great. Let's see. What is your race? I'm Black. Okay. And your ethnicity? African American. Okay, great. So with your marital status, are you married? Are you single? No, I'm single. Okay. Now, who would you like to list as your emergency contact? And this will be someone that we will get in touch with. You're basically consenting to us being allowed to let them know whatever is going on with you if something was to happen. Yes, I'm my brother Bill. Okay. And what is Bill's last name? Wilson. Okay. Now, is he your older or younger brother? He's my oldest. Okay. And what is Bill's home number or work number or cell number, whichever one you prefer? Okay, we only have one number. So his cell number. His cell number is 912-333-4282. Okay, great. Thank you so much for that information, Ms. Wilson. Okay. And who is responsible for paying your hospital bills and things of that nature, especially with the therapist? Do you have any type of insurance? I don't. You have insurance? I don't. Okay. Well, we'll try to see if we can set you up with some type of insurance, whether it's Medicaid or whatever. We'll try and see if we can set you up with that. Okay. Because you definitely need some type of insurance to make sure that you and your little ones are taken care of. Have you ever tried Medicaid? Honestly, no. I heard about it a couple of years ago, but I just been focused on trying to work and so you haven't had a chance to actually sit down and apply for it. No. Okay, well that's what I'm here for. Okay. And I'm gonna make sure we can get that done. Okay. All right. Let's see. What is your social security number? Why do you need my social security? This is just to go into file. This is very confidential. As your social worker, I am not allowed to share your information with anyone else. It's just basically for file reference. For file, okay. It's 888-92-7240. Okay, great. Now, you're here today because of the incidents with your son as far as his development level. He's been lacking the progress. They're saying that his reading level right now, as a 7-year-old in second grade, is at a kindergartner's level.
Are you sure? Because when I come home from work, I mean, he seems fine. Like he reads his storybooks. I mean, he even reads his younger siblings. So,
do you ever have time to actually sit down and read with him on the books that are more appropriate for his level? Right now, they should be working in second grade. They should be working on the miniature chapter books.
Okay. Well, honestly, not really. Because I have to work, and then my mom's up in the age right now, so not really.
Okay, so with that being said, the client today I will be working with you, and I'll also be working with your son, and we'll try and get some progress going on, see what type of programs we can get him in to help him with his reading level, because you are a working mom and you are single. Your mom can only do but so much, so we'll see what we can do to assist with that, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay. And what is your son's name?
My son's name is Jason.
Okay. And he lives in the same address with you, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now today you're basically seeking, trying to get the progress with your son, correct?
Yes.
I hear that you've been diagnosed with a bipolar disorder in the recent years. Is that correct?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Well, in your medical documents, it said that you were diagnosed with a bipolar disorder and that you weren't really showing up to visits with your psychologist.
Right. It was like 3 years ago, I believe. Yes. Like I didn't have time for that. I don't think I'm bipolar at all. Sure, I have my off days, but I'm human.
Right.
We all go through some things, and I'm just trying to go to work, okay, and provide that living for me and my family.
Well, when did the bipolar disorder start, or the symptoms? When did those off days, as you refer to it, when did those start? Has it been all of your life?
No, I'll say probably like 10th grade when I was in high school.
Okay. Now, does this run in your family of any sort? Or?
I think so because my mom and dad was pretty much the same way. Like you can ask them for like the simplest thing, let's say like going outside, and they'll just snap and just be like, excuse my language, they'll just be like, oh hells no. What should you go outside for? What's out there?
Right.
And it's like I'm a child. I have friends, that play outside. We all hang out. And why can I go outside? And then next thing you know, they just stare at you. Or then like the next 5 minutes, they'll just stare out the window. And it's just like something out of the movies, like out the Exorcist or something. Just weird.
Okay. Because right now, in addition to your son's development level, the teacher is saying that there are some times where his mood may switch up drastically, and at one moment he's very happy and he's willing to learn, but then the next he's refusing to learn, refusing to read the book, refusing to follow instructions, and kind of get a little angry and hostile with her. So that was another concern of hers.
Not my baby. I raised him better than that.
Yes, ma'am. Well, maybe it's because of the bipolar disorder that runs in the family. So what we want to do is actually look into that to see if that's hereditary and see what we can do to kind of counteract it. Because maybe depending on the way you are brought up or what you see in your environment, that kind of calls you to repeat that same action.
I see.
Okay. So we're going to definitely work on that. Let's see.
Now, quick question. Your secretary gave me this pen. Do I need it at all?
Well,
can I keep it?
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
Who were you referred by?
Actually, it was by my doctor.
Okay, okay.
Yes, my medical physician. He told me, he asked me a series of few questions,
Mm-hmm.
and he told me based off my answers, I need to come here and see you. And I thought it was strange.
Right.
And I was like, where is this coming from? I just didn't understand. So I'm here.
Okay. What is your doctor's name?
Dr. Phil.
How is your income so far in the past year? Has it increased, decreased?
Let me tell you, my income has basically stayed the same. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So really, I don't make over 25,000 a year. I'm a waitress at Waffle House. Okay. Um, I also work at a daycare, so that's about it for now.
And what do you do at the daycare?
Well, actually, I'm a teacher's assistant, and then I also do custodial work on the side as well. And that's just not enough. I mean, I have three young kids at home. I have my mother's up in age. She can't do anything. I mean, her social security check is only but so much, you know. So it's basically impossible for me to save. And I'm actually thinking about going back to school.
Okay, well, that's great.
Yes.
Great. Okay. Okay, let's just read over some things here.
Mm-hmm.
So during the last month or so, how many days have you missed from work due to trying to stay home with your kids or trying to make other jobs? Because I know you have more than one job.
Yes.
So how many days have you missed?
Within the last month, you said?
Yes.
Oh.
Have you missed any, or do you try to make it to each one?
I try to, but it's impossible sometimes. So within the last month, I'll say about 5.
Okay, wow. Okay. How much do you get paid an hour?
And which job?
Let's do Waffle House first.
Okay, Waffle House. So I make $2.50 an hour,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's tips. So they say
Right.
I get my off tips.
Mm-hmm.
And lately, like those customers are so rude.
Right.
Like they want to tip me change. You know what I'm saying? This is my livelihood.
Mm-hmm.
I know that I didn't necessarily ask.
And you
for
work
this to
hard
be
for
my
that
job.
money.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And they just don't understand. Okay. So I try not to put my personal business out there or even get upset because something is better than nothing.
Right.
So I always try to stay on the positive side. So $2.50 an hour plus tips.
Okay, and then you work at the daycare.
Yes, the daycare is $7.50.
Okay. Now, what are your goals coming here to see me? What are you wanting to get from out of this experience?
Mm-hmm.
What are you trying to take?
Okay, so like I said, according to my doctor, he said something is wrong with me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like I'm crazy or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just trying to seek help.
Okay.
I'm trying to better myself. Try to be a better mother, for my kids. Spend more time with them. I don't want them to grow up. I don't want them to repeat this ongoing cycle, So I just would like to be a better mother to them and take them out of the environment that we're living in. And since something's wrong with my child, and also get him some help as well. Correct it now while he's young.
Okay, I feel like those are important goals, and I feel like your head is in the right mindset. And if you just keep thinking like that and thinking about the goals that you want to take from this experience, we'll be on a great path and you will see great success. Okay,
thank you.
Let's see. What's next in this assessment that we have? So you said that your mom does therapy. What is your mom's name?
My mom's name is Marion Wilson.
And she doesn't work at all?
No.
And she lives with you full time?
Yes.
Okay. And then you have your 3 children. Can I get their names as well?
Okay, one name is Billy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The next one name is Aiden. And the other one's name, they're all boys, by the way. And the other one's name is Christopher. We call him Christopher.
Okay. And how old are your sons? Billy is 7.
Yes.
No, that's Jason.
Excuse me?
Jason is 7. So you. Okay, so there's Jason,
Mm-hmm.
there's Aiden and Christopher,
Mm-hmm.
correct? Okay, and Billy is your brother.
Yes.
Okay, but he doesn't stay with you.
I am so sorry.
It's okay.
You know, so.
It's okay.
Let's look. Billy, yes, Billy is my brother.
Mm-hmm.
There's Jason, who's 7.
Right.
Aiden, who is 5.
Mm-hmm.
And what I said my other one is? Christopher. How can I forget my baby Chris? Christopher is 4.
Okay, great. Let's see. And you're single right now?
Yes.
Okay. And how are your relationship with your friends? Do you have any friends in Savannah?
I'm gonna call them friends. I say more of acquaintances because we're not really there for each other like that. You know, like I can't call on them if my lights are getting ready to get cut off. You know, so it's basically like we all in the same boat.
Okay.
We all just baby mamas trying to make a way.
Is that what you think of yourself?
Sometimes when I'm in my lowest point, I really do.
Well, I want you to know that because you are a single mother, it's not your fault that you're going through what you're going through. You also have the environment who influences your hardship as well.
Okay.
So the community has to provide these services to assist you. We can't do everything by ourselves.
That's
okay?
true. I didn't really think of it like that.
So,
thank you.
You're welcome.
You learn something new every day.
I can. Okay. So do you receive any emotional support from your family or friends?
No, not at all.
Do you know why that is?
They just don't like me. I don't know why. I haven't done anything to them people except for trying to be there, but.
Do you think that maybe they are going through their own hardships as well, and maybe you guys just don't have time to support each other emotionally?
Let me tell you, I doubt it. Okay, because they work like in corporate buildings. Okay, they have nice, lovely, homes, driving BMWs, Maybachs, and everything else. And I'm just like, you can't, help me out. I have come to them for help several times, and y'all, they want to do is just talk about me behind my back, talk about my kids being bastard children.
Right.
Okay, I just don't have time for that. And when they disrespect my children, I just have to cut them off. I had to cut them off after that. So no, it's just me and my kids and my mom.
Okay. Well, we do live in a society that is based off of individualism. And what that means is the society basically believes that what you're going through is your fault and that you should be able to pick yourself up and then be grateful for what you have. That's not the case in every scenario. Like I said before, the environment, the community, they also influence hardship. So you should have someone that you can count on, especially when you're going through your emotional stress, your bipolar disorders, and the symptoms that you may have. So what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and find you a support group. Do you think that you'll be interested in something like that?
Well, I'm open to anything. Well, as long as it's legal.
Right.
So I'll give it a try.
Let's see. Do you have any other source of emotional support? Do you attend church? Are you a part of any organization?
Well, nothing like that, but I did meet this guy.
Okay.
He came into Waffle House the other day. He gave me his number and told me to call him. I haven't told him that I had 3 kids yet.
Okay.
I'm not for sure how he's gonna take this. Not like I'm ashamed of my children because I love them, but it's like as soon as you tell the guy you have kids, it's like they just turn around.
Right.
Or they just want you for sex, and I just don't want that. I would just like to take things slow, just see where they go. But we've had a few conversations in the past 2 days. And he seems like a nice guy. Seems like he'll be there for me, but I just don't want to assume anything.
Okay.
So it's like I want to throw him in there, but I'm not for sure just yet.
So we're just gonna weigh our options.
Okay.
You could either go ahead and introduce him to the kids
Mm-hmm.
and see what their responses may be, or you can just, wait it out and see what type of man he is.
Mm-hmm.
If you think that he'll be able to stick around and be able to support you financially and emotionally,
Okay.
you want to make sure that those things are there before introducing him to your kids. Because once you introduce him to your kids, kids are liable to cling or reject the relationship. So you want to make sure that everything is healthy, especially since one of your goals is to get your kids out of that environment and to get Jason better. We have to work on committed relationships. Okay. Let's see. And how was your overall childhood like? Was it good, fair, poor? How was it?
Well, we really didn't know we was poor as we got older.
Okay.
You know. We didn't really want for too much. So it was fine.
Pretty much okay.
It was.
Okay. And how was the relationship with your mother growing up?
I mean, it was just regular relationship my mother has with her daughter. So it was okay.
Did you guys bond any? Maybe go out and hang out? Did she teach you anything?
Well, for some time we bond. We used to window shop all the time. You know, I didn't necessarily knew that that's what we was doing at that time. But I mean, we had fun. We used to go to malls, to the park. You know.
So you had a great relationship with your mom.
Yes, it was okay. It could have been better.
What about your dad? How was the relationship with your dad? I don't hear too much about him.
Well, it's like he was there in the home, but he just wasn't active.
Right.
Where like we're trying to build a relationship. Like I could call on him or depend on him. I mean, I know who he is, but it's like with me and my siblings, we just have this distance between them.
It could have been better.
Yeah, well, yes, it could have been, but we just don't know why. It's just something there, but we're just not quite sure what it is. So,
some type of barrier that keeps him from showing any emotional effect. Okay. And is your father still alive?
Yes, child, he's living somewhere, okay, with his girlfriend. I don't know what he had.
All right. Let's see. When you said the relationship with your friends are kind of poor. Okay. What about growing up? How was your relationship with your friends like?
Oh, we had a ball. We used to be at the house just to, link up and, just talk outside, talk to these boys. We was a little fast, but that's okay. We still had our fun.
Were they there during emotional times as well? Were you able to depend on them?
Yes. I mean, we was there for each other. We was like sisters. We used to stay up at each other's house, have slumber parties. I mean, it was good. I don't know what happened. Like, we just grew up and grew up.
Okay. And how is the relationship with your family members?
Like I said before, there's nothing.
Yeah. Aunts, uncles, grandparents, maybe?
No, nobody.
Okay.
Just my kids and my mom.
Oh, this is growing up.
Oh, growing up, I'm sorry, I misunderstood you. Well, growing up, I mean, it was a few selected people who we communicated with and, who houses I went over, like on Christmas, Thanksgiving, Easter, but nothing really, there was no foundation in those relationships, so it was
very poor. Okay. Now, is there anyone important to you that may have passed away last year?
Well, my grandmother, grandfather.
And how did they die? What was the cause of death?
Some it's just old age.
Okay.
In their late 80s.
Well, that's a blessing.
It is. Most people don't live past 25 nowadays.
So, okay. Let's see what we have here. Okay. So we already talked about the age and name of your children. Let's see. So biologically, you are the biological parent of your children, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You have no stepchildren, no foster children, no adoptive children.
They all came from me.
Okay. And what are your religious and spiritual beliefs?
Well, I grew up in a Baptist household, so I am Baptist.
Okay. And what do you believe in?
I believe in God.
Do you have any specific culture preferences? What do you do differently from society, or anything that will conflict if I was to place you in some type of group? Is there anything that you are not for?
No.
Okay. So you are Baptist and you're open to different things. Okay.
As long as it's legal, as long as it's legal.
Okay. What about foods?
Well, I try to stay away from pork. You know, my family. Okay. So, did I just curse? I'm sorry. So, yeah, some people in my family, they have high blood pressure. My mom takes high blood pressure medicine. My dad as well, and my doctor already told me my blood pressure was high the last time I saw him. So I'm not trying to take any pills. I'm trying to watch what I eat. You know, so I'm trying to stay away from that pork, the fast foods, the sweets. It's hard, but I'm trying.
Okay. Are you currently enrolled in school, college, training? You did say that you want to return back to school, but currently you're not in school, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And what do you want to major in when you go back to school?
Oh my gosh. See, that is like the decision of the day. I just don't know. I don't know what I want to do. Let's see. I don't know. I just have to see like what all they offer at certain schools, and I was and made my decision then, and I'll pray about it, and it'll just come to me. Hopefully, it works that way. But as of right now, I really don't know.
Okay. Well, make sure that you keep working towards that goal, because that is a great decision, and that will be a perfect way to remove your children from the environment that you're in, getting a better career, getting out there, and making a difference. Okay. So what is the highest grade that you have completed?
Well, high school.
Okay. So you do have your high school diploma?
Yes.
Okay, that is great. That does open you up to a lot of different things. It allows you to either go to school, maybe apply for some type of military position. With the diploma, you are able to touch the sky, okay?
Yes, yes.
So was your school experience in high school good, or how was it?
I mean, it was high school. That's not, I mean, high school, it's not like how I was on Grease or High School Musical or anything like that, or even say like that, it wasn't like that. But
your grades, how were they?
Oh, let me tell you. Now I wasn't an A student, but I was a B student. I passed my classes, so I was B student. Yes.
Okay,
I
that's great.
think. I know I didn't fail.
Yeah, you were very active in school and in your work.
Yes.
Okay, well that's great. It shows that you are dedicated and willing to learn. Let's see. Your current employment, we did talk about that. Are you working at the daycare part-time or full-time?
Part-time.
Okay. And that goes for Waffle House as well, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So how's the relationship with your coworkers at the daycare and at the Waffle House?
I've been trying to figure it out because sometimes they would look at me like all like sideways, and I don't know what that comes from. I didn't do nothing to those people. I still do my job and leave. I try to have a positive attitude. Since,
Right.
I'm around kids. I don't need to be in the corner crying or outlashing, towards my coworkers or anything. So I always try to stay positive and have an uplifting attitude.
Okay, that's great to hear. And with your supervisor, how is that relationship working out for you?
I get it. It's fine. I mean, he tells me what to do. I do it. In a story.
Okay. Does he give you any input on how to do better at your work?
Yes.
Okay, that's great. You have not served in the military, correct?
That's right.
Okay. Have you ever been arrested before?
No.
Okay.
But I know he's been.
You are not currently on probation, correct?
Oh, yes. No.
Not parole,
No. Oh, jeez.
drug court.
No. Okay. Now, I just need to go to the restroom real quick. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Where is it?
Okay, it is this way. I can walk you over there.
Okay.
Okay. Would you like to start where we picked off at?
Yes, that will be fine.
Okay, great. Let's see. Now this is dealing with alcohol and drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Do any of your family members, are they in any type of alcohol related drugs?
Well, I was told back in the day, my grandparents used to, yeah.
Okay.
Other than that,
Do you know
no.
what type of drugs that they participated in?
Well, it was just alcohol.
Okay.
But like weed, marijuana, popping pills, crack cocaine, any of that stuff, not that I know of. See, my family don't talk about stuff like that. So, not that I know of.
Okay, great. Do you smoke any cigarettes?
No.
Okay. Smoke marijuana? This is definitely an open space. I want to say that again, and the information that you do give me is very confidential.
Okay, since you said that.
From
time to time.
You do smoke marijuana?
Yes.
Okay. And do you drink any alcohol?
Sometimes.
Okay, so not frequently.
No. Like every little now.
Okay. So has drinking or smoking caused you any problems with your friends, work, school, spouse, police, or health? at any moment?
No, that's actually where I got it from.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the drinking, the smoking. I never got in trouble with the police,
Okay.
but I only like drink or smoke, just to calm my nerves, or like when I'm on edge.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only
Okay, so we are going to try to see if we can find you other outlets on working on your nerves
time.
and working on when you're on edge to suffice for the marijuana or the alcohol. Okay? Because we don't want your kids in that environment. We do want them to, grow up and be well mannered and be on the straight and narrow. I know a lot of people do believe that marijuana cannot cause any side effects. However, scientifically, that has been proven to be the exact opposite. So we are going to try to find some other way that you can, show your nerves or release them in a positive way. Okay?
Yeah, see, I don't do stuff like that around my kids.
What type of hobby are you into?
Hobbies, well, I like to read.
Okay.
I really do. I read for an escape because sometimes I just need to get away from reality, so I like to read.
And that is a strength because you love to read, and your son is having development issues with reading. You two can bond on that level. We're going to try to find some time that we can fit in or squeeze in so that you will be able to show him, how to work on his reading and maybe get him up to the level that he's supposed to go on. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so let's move on. Okay, we answered that. So does your personality change under the influence of alcohol or drugs, besides calming down?
No, I'm pretty mellow, so.
Okay. Have you ever blacked out when drinking?
No.
Okay.
I don't
Have you
think
ever
so.
attended a AA meeting?
No, I don't think mine.
Is that bad?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. What is the longest time that you stayed away from marijuana?
The longest time, I say like months, like 3 months.
Okay.
Because I don't smoke like that or drink like that.
I'm gonna just name a list of drugs. I want you to let me know if you ever used them, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so have you ever used amphetamines?
I don't even know what that is.
This is considered speed,
Mm-hmm.
uppers, crystal, meth, or cream.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Have you ever used cannabis? You said yes, you have, which is marijuana,
Mm-hmm.
pot, or hash.
Hash?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And have you used it in the last 48 hours?
No.
What about the last 6 months?
Yes.
Okay.
I used it earlier on this month because my boss was just working my nerves.
Right.
He gonna have me to work a 6-hour shift. I told him I had to go to a parent teacher conference about my youngest boy. Now I couldn't even make that one because of course I had to work.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to reschedule.
And I can definitely understand that because right now that is the only outlet that you have to calm you down.
Yes.
But once we find that other special outlet,
Mm-hmm.
then you'll be able to suffice, okay?
Okay.
Most use. Okay, and what about cocaine or crack?
No, ma'am. Like Whitney said, crack is whack, and we don't do that.
Have you ever used hallucinogens? This is considered ecstasy or mushrooms?
No.
Okay.
One family don't have nails, they are mushrooms.
What about inhalants, which is glue, gasoline, paint thinner, spray can, propellant?
No, we don't do that.
Mm-hmm. When was the age that you first used marijuana?
I was in high school.
Okay.
I was like in the 9th grade, so.
Would that make you 14?
I was about 14, 15, yes.
Okay. Let's move on.
all these questions. Are you sure it's gonna help me? Like,
Yes, ma'am. It's gonna help me find the proper intervention for you, a perfect method. Next time you come, I'll be able to have a list of options for you to choose from so that we can make a plan that best suits you.
okay, because it's almost time for me to go pick up the kids. So I'm not trying to push you, but I just want to let you know.
Okay. So let's move on so we can finish, okay?
Okay.
So have you ever tried opioids?
What's that?
This is heroin, codeine, morphine, ketamine, China white, PCP, ketamine.
No, yet. I haven't heard of that stuff. So no.
What about some sedatives? Have you ever tried barbiturates, downers, Xanax, Valium?
You know, that stuff sound like it costs high. So no, it's too expensive for me.
What about steroids, poppers, rush,
No.
painkillers?
No, not unless I need my own time to take painkillers. Is when I have a headache now.
Okay.
And it have to be a severe one, so no.
And what about nicotine? This is cigarettes, cigars, chewing tobacco. Okay. Let's see. I don't think we have too much to go. Actually, we don't. We're almost done. Okay.
Okay.
So just spare me a few more minutes.
Take your time, but not take your time to take your time.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Are you on any current medication right now, Ms. Wilson?
No.
Okay. Have you ever been on medication? I know that they're saying that you haven't came in to see your psychiatrist or redeemed the medicine that you were supposed to get. Have you ever been ever to receive that medication?
No, I just refuse to take that because I don't think that anything's wrong with me.
Okay, so I'm gonna contact your psychiatrist and see what medication that was, what's the actual purpose for it, and if it's in dire need, if it's necessary, or if there's any way around not taking it. Because sitting here with you seem fine, but we're just gonna make sure that that is the case, okay?
Okay.
Great. Let's see. Please describe any. Have you ever went under any surgeries or injuries?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have any allergies?
Oh, other than pollen? No.
Okay. Okay, now with the members of your family, we're gonna discuss them for a minute. Have any of your family members suffer with depression?
No, like I said, we all have our days, you know, when we may be feeling low or, you know, in our feelings as most people of today may say, but no.
Okay, not anxiety as well, correct? But there has been mental illness of bipolar disorder.
Yes.
Okay, what about jaw problems?
Now, my brothers, Lord, see, they're not married or anything, but they like to shack up with these women. Basically, women ask, you know, they have like these good paying jobs, and they'll give them an allowance or whatever from time to time. Now, I tell them, y'all are grown as hell.
Correct.
Okay, y'all are men. Like, you don't let no one take care of you. Mom did not raise you like that. They're supposed to be the breadwinners of your household. And I'm sorry, I'm not gonna call you girl. I'm trying to be professional here, okay? So I'm not tired, just
be yourself. Like I said, we are growing a relationship, a partnership.
So I just don't want you to think I'm ratchet or anything.
Definitely not.
Okay.
So what about school problems? I know your son is going through his reading development, but is there anyone else in the family who may have problems with school when they were in school?
I was fine, so I'm fine. My brother skipped school like no whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see how they even graduated on time, but they did. My parents, they completed high school. Grandparents, well, actually, both set of my grandparents, they had to drop out early,
Okay.
help out with family, get a job, and stuff like that.
And have anyone in your family, other like your grandparents, used alcohol? What about your brothers?
They be into some other stuff.
Have they ever
Like
did
some
any
pills.
legal
With this,
problems with popping pills? Or?
not that I know of. I just know they like to try new stuff. They like to get to a new high. Okay, so I don't know. Other than pop pills, I don't know.
Okay, what about gambling problems?
Gambling now. There's a lot of count. Cause I love to play some numbers.
Lottery does not count.
Okay, now going to the casino, like shooting dice, I don't do that. Okay, I don't have money to do that. So just playing a number here and there, find a scratch off every now and again.
Okay. And nothing wrong with that. The money actually goes back to pre-K. So that's great. It actually funds pre-K. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Let's see. And you haven't previously been to your psychiatrist?
No, I just refuse to go.
So in the last 6 months, have you thought about hurting yourself or anyone else for that matter?
No, ma'am. No, I have my children here.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do that to them. No.
Okay, so your children are your motivation?
Yes.
And you never attempted suicide?
No.
Do you currently have plans to harm yourself?
Absolutely not. I'm just trying to seek help, to better myself, not to harm myself.
How often are you able to get out of the house and pursue your hobbies and your dreams?
I say Friday and Saturdays.
Okay, so Friday and Saturdays you are able to take care of yourself and think about what you would like to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's going to be, often if you can do that every week.
Mm-hmm.
During the last month, how often have you been getting out of the house to do things that you enjoy? You said often.
Mm-hmm.
Are you concerned about sexual issues?
As in what, getting it in or something? Or am I able to?
We can answer both questions, and also with sexual transmitted diseases, are you concerned with anything of that nature? Have you been checked recently?
Oh yes, I've been checked, and plus I'm stubborn. Like I haven't had any in years.
Okay.
So yeah, that's not really an issue, but it's an issue.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Has there been times in the past where your appetite has changed?
I would say when I picked up my second job, rarely eat. I know I may not look like that, but I rarely eat.
And how has your weight changed in the last 6 months? How much have you gained or lost?
Let me tell you, I've been trying to lose it. I'm trying to lose weight for the longest, but apparently I put on like 30 pounds.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's okay.
That is not okay.
When I mean okay, I mean that's something that you can work on.
Oh, okay.
We can always find a solution. Maybe it's the eating habits. Like you said, you've been working. You said that you haven't been able to eat much. What happens with that is our body ends up storing food. Once we do eat this big lump sum of food, our body stores it away because it feels it's not going to eat later. So we tend to eat more when we finally do. So we need to work on those eating habits. You need to eat more frequently, drink more water, and get active. And that is a way that you can bond with your kids because kids are very active.
Yes.
Okay. So when I say okay, that means that you can just find solutions.
Okay.
Okay. And like you said, you've been eating less.
Mm-hmm.
What about your sleeping pattern? How has your sleeping pattern been working out for you lately?
Well, I get about, I said, 1 to 5 hours of sleep.
Mm-hmm.
You know, after I come home from my job, I have to make sure my kids are okay, gotta feed them, make sure my mom is fine. Um, I stay up the majority of the time, and then when it's time that I finally do go to sleep, it's time for me to wake up and get my kids ready for school.
Okay. So the proper amount of time to sleep is the 8 hours minimum.
Yeah.
Sometimes we do get in that 7 hours, so we definitely need for you to get, the rest that you need so that you can be better for your children, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So were you ever a victim of a violent crime?
No.
Okay. Were you ever raped?
No.
Have you ever been a victim of sexual abuse or been child molested as a child?
No.
Okay, great. That's great. I'm happy to hear that. You were never forced to have sex by a spouse or a significant other.
No.
Has anyone ever stalked you before, or in other words, followed you or kept track of your activities?
My second baby daddy.
Okay.
This
Can you
food.
tell me a little about that?
I sure can. This food, okay. I was working at Waffle House. I sure was. I've been there for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I was working at Waffle House. I was on the bus. It looked like it was starting to rain that night. I had got off work that night. Okay, so it looked like it was starting to rain.
Mm-hmm.
And I see a shadow, and I wasn't quite sure who it was. Because I was just like, whatever. The time I was trying to get home with my kids. So I'm waiting. And I get on the bus. And then he gets on the bus. But he didn't speak to me though. He just looked at me.
And that's
And it's weird. Yes, it was just a weird, awkward way that he looked at me. And I'm like, why are you looking at me like that? I don't know. Dude had just bought a brand new car, so I don't understand why he's on the bus. So I get off. He didn't get off. He got off like 2 stops after me.
Mm-hmm.
I know because the stops are right close to each other, so I can see them.
Okay.
And he just started walking my way, and then next thing I know, I see him running, and I'm just like, wait a minute. So my house is like right here on the street, so I could just run right in the house. So I run in the house, I lock the door, and next thing you know, I see him standing outside of my window. And my second child was like, oh my goodness, he's standing outside the window. And I was like, no, it can't be because it was raining, all the power on the street went out.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, why is he standing outside in the rain in the window like that? So by the time I go check, he was gone. And someone told me to get a restraining order, I did.
Okay.
So I haven't seen him since. He haven't came by child son, no child support, no anything. And I don't see no type of support, okay, from my kid's father.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Wow. Okay, so he does know where you stay.
Mm-hmm.
But it's great that you got the restraining order. That means that you are serious about keeping your safety,
Mm-hmm.
and I do applaud you for that. Are you currently afraid of anyone harming you?
No.
Okay. Okay. So we're gonna talk about therapy.
Mm-hmm.
To see what are the following ways that will best support you. Would support from your family be would that help you any?
It would.
Okay. What about support from a significant other?
That would be nice.
Support from friends?
Yeah, if I had any.
Okay. Connection to a self-help group, or we did talk about the
Yeah.
support group.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want any connections with the church group?
Excuse me.
That wouldn't.
It will be okay.
Okay. Counselor, case manager, that will be me.
Okay.
Would that be any support for you?
Yes.
Psychiatrist.
It's fine.
Okay, we're gonna work on that. Okay. Employer. You need more support from your employer.
Mm-hmm. I just need him to be more understanding, to my situations. Understanding that I do have 3 young kids, they're gonna need me,
Right.
So I'm their only parent, active parent at that. So
Exactly.
I just want him to understand. See, he don't have any kids,
Mm-hmm.
okay? And he grew up, very rich and successful, and he just doesn't get it.
Okay. Are you very motivated about treatment?
Yes, because I really want to get better for the sake of my kids.
Okay, great. Do you have good interpersonal skills?
I'm sorry, what?
Interpersonal skills.
Yes, as in like what, my personality or something?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, I'm very happy on the inside.
What about emotional management skills? I know that you are suffering with bipolar disorder. Are you able to know when or what triggers those symptoms?
It can be anything. It can be like how a person looks at me. It can be just a certain vibe that I'm getting from the individual. It can be like even how a person come at me, like a simple hey, hello, is fine. But if you want to be like a little too quick with it, or just want to be random, no,
So
don't
you
do
are
that.
able to recognize your problems.
Yes,
Okay, and do you have good self-esteem?
I do have great self-esteem.
And we're almost finished. Actually, I think this is the last page that we have. Okay. Do you have positive plans or goals for your future?
Of course.
Right, okay. Are you willing to do whatever it takes to be more functional and peaceful?
As long as it's legal.
Okay. Do you have a good relationship with the higher power, meaning your Lord?
Yes. I try. I slept off, it's been a good few months, but within my heart, I know.
Right.
Okay. So I'm trying.
Okay. And are there any areas in your life in which you take pleasure?
Well, besides my kids
Mm-hmm.
and my education and employment, my mom, other than that, no.
Okay. Do you have good work skills and work experience?
Yes, I try, to be the best employee I can be. I feel like the better employee I am, the more money I can get. So, yes, I want to go on my skills.
You did talk about what you wanted to derive from therapy and what you wanted to gain from it. More thorough understanding of your problems.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you want to contact with supportive people? Do you want to better your relationship with your father?
Well, that's like a hit or miss.
Okay.
At this point in time, sure, that would be nice, but I do what so.
Okay, you did say you wanted to better your parenting skills.
Yes.
You did want to pursue an education, relapse prevention, and we are going to work on the referral to mental health facilities.
Okay.
Okay, now is there anything else you would like to work on that we did not cover in this assessment today?
Honestly, that was pretty much everything. One thing that really stood out was that I'm glad that my doctor referred me to you.
Right.
Because now I just feel a lot better, about myself, my situation. But I just don't feel as though I'm bipolar. That's
Right.
what I'm not understanding.
And you definitely need someone to explain what the mental illness is, because maybe you don't suffer as severely as others who do have bipolar disorder. disorder. So maybe there's different levels, and I would definitely see if I can find someone to sit down and actually explain what is going on with you and what do they feel shows that you have this bipolar disorder. Okay. And we are going to refer you to your psychiatrist so that he can speak to you as well. You haven't been there, and to also explain the medicine as well to see if it's severe, if you do need it. We're going to try to get your son into a support group at school that can help him with reading, maybe a book club to help him increase his reading level as well. Okay. Okay. Is there anything else? Anything you want to ask me before you leave?
No, that's all.
Okay. Well, it was great meeting you, Ashley Wilson, and you can stop at the front desk, and she will help you schedule another appointment with you. Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.